Hey, welcome back to another video in the Vue unit testing series. And today I'm going to talk to you about moving logic you want to test out of the component, so you can easily test it. And the primary focus of this video is moving that logic into a separate composable. So let's create a scenario here. You have a generic list component, like we did in previous video, and we want to use that list to display a list of trainings. This is how the code could look like if you would write it without a composable. So you have the list component, you have a ref with a training array, and you have a computed ref that converts the array of training objects into an array of list item objects. And it also sorts it on duration, so the longest training is displayed on top. So let's move this logic to a composable. As you see here, we export the function, the composable, and we have as a parameter we have training, a training ref with an array of training items in it. We also create a computed ref called list items, which basically does the same as we did in the previous screen, sorting and transforming it to the proper type. And we export that computed ref. If you would now use this composable on your page, it would look something like this. You call the composable and pass along the trainings, and it returns list items, and you can pass those list items to the list. So it's pretty easy to move this kind of logic into a composable. And the neat thing of the composable is also when you, for instance, mutate the training array, the ref on line 13, it will automatically recalculate the list items, so it remains reactive. So let's take a look at how to unit test this composable. As you see here, I've created a unit of a test file, and it contains one describe, namely training list composable.ts, and it contains two tests. So let's start with the first test. This test is to see if the list item, if the conversion is properly done. So here you see the ref. We have to define it because we have to pass it along with the composable like this. And we can then validate if the list item is equal to what we expect it to be, as you see here. But if you remember correctly, the composable does two things. It does convert it to the proper type, but it also changes the order. So I created a separate test for that, to see if it outputs the correct order, longest training first. So again, I've created a ref with two trainings in it, one with 10 minutes duration and one with 20 minutes duration. And here I check if the first list item I receive is actually ID 2, which has the duration of 20, and if the second one is ID 1, which has the duration of 10. So that's basically all there is to it when you are testing composables. There are more niche cases where you can create, for the test you can create a component itself where you have to put in the composable, but that's maybe for another day. Typically this would do it. So we learned how to move logic from a component to a composable, and we also learned how to test those composables. And short video, but this is everything for now. Hope you learned something, and leave a comment if you have some questions, because I'm happy to answer them.